Right, welcome to the next session of maths and computing. The reason why we're doing these two things together is because there's what we call a crossover. So we are going to be, the computing side of things that we're doing is sorting by given criteria, and the math side of things is shape. So just before we start on the main lesson, what we're going to do is we're going to give ourselves another warm-up. So on your screen, you'll see part of a shape. Now, it's not a completed shape because what you need to do is you need to finish the shape. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you on your whiteboard, your piece of paper, whatever you've got at home, is to draw and copy that shape. If you've got a ruler, really good if you use it as well, because it's quite important that you try and keep those sides straight, those line segments straight as you can. Now, what you need to do is you need to have a go at completing this shape using one or more line. Now, there's more than one different way, so you might want to draw it lots of times and explore. That's fine. What I would say to you is we'll do one together, then pause the video and have a go at trying by yourself. Okay, so let's just pause 1 second. So I've got here in a paint package, I've got this shape that we just had, which is the part of it, those two lines, one going down vertically, one horizontal. And then I'm going to use a pen tool. Now, if you've got a rule at home, this would be easier for you to do because I'm not so good at drawing straight lines, even with a paint package. So complete it. So I'm going to just try and do it with one line. Now, I need to have a go at finishing it so it's the join. So I'm going to actually go from this end of this line segment here. And then down as straight as I can. Let's see if I can make the meet. Not quite, but that's just about right. Okay, so what shape have I made there? That looks like it's got 1, 2, 3 sides and 1, 2, 3 corners. That definitely looks like I've made a triangle there. I wonder if there's more than one way. Well, it said one or more. So what if I did 2 lines? So I could do a line going across horizontally. I could do a line vertically. Again, using your ruler, you're probably a bit straighter than I am. So have a go now. Pause the video, explore how many different shapes that you can make. Okay, well, here's some of the shapes that you could have made. You could have made a triangle, you could have made a square, you could have made a rectangle. I've been exploring, seeing if I can make a pentagon. So I appear to have made what looks a bit like a house, doesn't it, with a roof on top. But this is, count the sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is what we call a regular pentagon. It's not a regular one where all the sides are the same length. If you'll notice that I've got 2 very long sides here, and 2 very short sides at the top. So what we call a regular pentagon, because not all the sides are equal. So what's today's learning? Well, today's learning is really a continuation of what we were doing before, where we were sorting shapes into groups using a given criteria. Now, these grouping activities today is going to be slightly different because we're going to do a bit more on purple maths. So most of this session today is going to be you playing and exploring online. So the way that this will work is that following, you've watched my bit of my introduction, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up all these activities for you on your to-dos. So you can go about them in any order that you want to, but I would suggest you start with this one first, or which is the shape color group. And like I say, we'll be working on sorting by given criteria. So okay, so similar to before, we've got a range of common and familiar regular shapes here, and what we have to do is sort them. So can you see these sorting areas here? And what we've got is, if you can just highlight that, that says red and blue, and what you have to do is sort those shapes. And you'll notice that you've got a timer ticking down the side, so you have to make sure that you're on this one quite quickly. So I'm going to have a quick go at sorting them. And then when you're done, press done. I'm afraid I rushed myself there. Well, I was very good. But you have got the reset button if you want to. So you press that, reset, are you sure? Okay. And I can start again and have another go. So you won't just be sorting them by the criteria of color. You can see this one, you've got to sort them by less than 4 sides or 4 sides or more. Again, you've got a timer. You can see there's less time. This one ticks down quickly. So really good job. You get started as quickly as you can. So less than 4 sides. I'm going to have a quick go at trying to sort them 4 sides or more. Circle along there, hexagon, 4 sides or more. Let's see if I'm done. Oh, okay, I'm not done. So move on to the next one. Not very well. You want to play again? Again, it will reset for you. So what I'm going to do is there are 1, 2, 3, 4 sorting activities that you're going to have a go at doing that are set up for you onto your to-dos on Purple Mash. Getting each time progressively a bit harder, a bit more of a challenge, but really good if you can work your way through these. Okay, just before we finish off this video today, what I'd like is to look at this together. Now, this is a slightly different sorting diagram. It's called a Venn diagram. It's where 2 circles are put together so that they overlap. Okay, that means that there are not just the 2 criteria, red, 3-sided, but there are actually some shapes that actually could fit into both these categories. So what you have to do is you have to look, say, is it red? Or is it 3-sided? So I'm going to put, first of all the shapes that are red and all the shapes that are 3-sided like this. Okay, so I know that, I did that quite quickly, but I know that triangles are 3-sided. And think, are there any shapes that could go into the center? Shapes that are both red and 3-sided? Well, I think this one possibly. Any others? Yeah, I think so as well. Okay. Oh, I'll never get it right. It's too tricky even for me. If you do need a challenge today, if you do need to have a little bit of extra work, there is a grouping quiz maker, which I'm also going to put on your to-dos. And what you can have to do using this to create a short quiz. So this is where we create our own sorting activity. Now, at the moment, it doesn't look like anything. So what you have to do is, first of all, on the left-hand side, is click on the plus. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start with quite straightforward 2 groups of 2. So we click on there and click OK. Right, okay, so you can see lots and lots of boxes. Now, when I first did this, I thought this was tricky as well. So really what we're going to do is it helps us. We create a sorting activity. So what I'm going to start here, this group here, I'm going to have shapes that have less than 4 sides. And then I'm going to have over this here, I'm going to change the name of this group to 4 sides or more. Now with these squares here, what I have to do is populate them with shapes that are going to fit into that category. So less than 4 sides. So what's going to fit into that criteria? So let's click on there. Now, I'm not going to draw my own because on the clip art tool here, I can actually find quite a lot of shapes. So let's just go back. What was I asking myself? It had to be less than 4 sides. So have a look, go into the clip art, a shape with less than 4 sides. So I'm going to go for a circle here, click OK, and add that in, and less than 4 sides. Clip art again, less than 4 sides. So I know a triangle has got less than 4 sides. Oh, that's a rather empty looking triangle. I don't really want a white one. So I've got my paint tool here. I've got my fill bucket. I'm going to make that a nice red triangle. Okay, so I've got my shapes that have less than 4 sides. This side I'm going to populate with shapes that have got 4 sides or more. So let's start with looking at shapes got 4 sides. A square first of all will be good. Again, quite a boring looking square. Let's see, I can go snazzy, paint tools, fill tool. Let's see, it fills up. That's not working on that one. Let's have a check. And fill tool. There we go, nice yellow square. I'm going to go for a side that's definitely got more than 4 or 5. Let's scroll down. What have we got? Oh, a pentagon. Let's have that. Choose a file. And let's go for a different color this time. I'm going to turquoise color. There's my fill bucket. Click on there. Okay, now, what is the question? Well, how many sides, or maybe can you sort these shapes by the number of sides? Question mark. Okay, right. So let's click here and then save. I'll save it as my name, Mr. Mabbutt. Shape sorting. Mr. Mabbutt. Okay, sorry about that. That took a bit of time. Okay, now let's press the play button to preview it and see what it looks like. So no title there. Let's call it shape sorters. Oh, it's not working there. That's great. And then less than 4 sides or 4 sides or more. That's how I go sorting it. So less than 4 sides should be the circle and the triangle, and 5 sides more. And let's click it. It's done. Yes, it works. Excellent. Okay, so remember to save it once you're done. You can also have a go at, if you go back to the main menu, you can add another one if you want to. You can have a go at making some different sorting activities. But that's to show that you've really mastered, you've got a really good understanding of how to sort 2D shapes by a given criteria. Okay. So that brings our session on sorting shapes using given criteria to an end. Next time we do our maths, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at repeated patterns and how we can use our shapes to make repeated patterns. So bye for now.